Strong emotions frequently make us feel confined in this world. However, there is an age-old wisdom that enables people to release their feelings. Come along on a voyage of self-discovery and inner strength as we share the profound secrets of Stoicism that have the power to transform your life. According to Marcus Aurelius, you are in charge of your thoughts, not what occurs in the outside world. You will discover strength in a world where emotions can be like enormous waves once you know this. How can we travel to our place of anchor? Come along as we explore 7 priceless Stoic lessons that will enable you to master emotional regulation and persevere through life's storms. First lesson: look at challenges as opportunities to take action. First and foremost, embrace challenges as opportunities to act. From the simplest issues in our own lives to the biggest global issues, troubles are present everywhere. Problems are a natural aspect of being human. However, are these issues not so much challenges that need to be overcome as chances to improve things? Stoics have a clear perspective on trying circumstances. They hold that although we are powerless over the events in our lives, we do have the ability to alter the thoughts and responses we have to them. From this new vantage point, issues cease to be problems and instead become lessons. This principle is best summed up by a Stoic philosopher found in Marcus Aurelius. The way is the obstacle. What stops the action accelerates it. Obstacles are turned into highways. Put differently, every obstacle and problem we face can propel us ahead. Consider the point at which a river meets a big rock. The flow won't stop and won't try to conquer the obstacle if we decide to perceive this as a chance for growth. Rather, it wears down the rock or creates a new path with its strength and time. This rock was once a major issue, but with time and steadfast perseverance, it blends in naturally with the water. It totally alters the river's path and form, forming a new pattern that demonstrates how adaptable and changeable nature is. This serves as a reminder that, in addition to using time and our own strength, we may use our own strength to conquer obstacles in life. They may develop into opportunities and things that, in the end, alter our path. Similarly, issues in our life have the power to alter our course and frequently produce unanticipated outcomes. A person losing their job is one instance of this. Following what was initially a tragedy, it may open up a new professional avenue for them, giving them the chance to advance, pick up new abilities, and accomplish new objectives. Even those who lose their jobs can take the opportunity to grow personally, launch their own company, and follow their passions. Problems and adjustments can frequently result in success and chances beyond our wildest dreams. You can develop personally, discover more about who you are, and start important, long-lasting relationships. Maintaining a stern demeanor throughout a breakup can also help you be more patient afterwards. We are more adaptable and prepared to take on challenges head-on when we view them as chances to learn and develop. Instead of asking ourselves, "Why is this happening to me?" we start asking ourselves, "What can I learn from this? In what ways will this lesson improve my character?" Of course, this does not imply that we should ignore or search for issues, nor that we should minimize genuine issues. It's about seeing that there is possibility or opportunity in every obstacle. We can use challenges as stepping stones to grow, mature, and become more entire by tending to this seed with patience, persistence, and a good outlook. Lesson number 2. You can benefit by asking questions. You can benefit by asking questions. Is this anything that will matter in 5 years? Life is full with experiences that put your endurance, patience, and broad perspective to the test. We deal with emotionally charged events on a daily basis, ranging from minor ones like spilling coffee to major ones like conflicts with family and friends. It's simple to become engrossed in how quickly our emotions shift when we're upset. If you forget an anniversary, miss a deadline, or say something crucial, it could feel like the end of the world. However, a compelling inquiry can help us reconsider and gain a clearer perspective. Will this still be significant in 5 years? We may look into the future and see what has occurred in the present thanks to this straightforward yet insightful query. All of a sudden, that contentious disagreement or lost chance appears quite different. In the larger scheme of things, most of the things we worry about now won't matter much. Consider the conflicts and issues you faced 5 years ago. What percentage of these are still significant today? How many have been eclipsed by fresh recollections, insights, and lessons? Realizing this might make you feel humbled and free. By asking ourselves this question on a regular basis, we can determine what matters most to us. This aids in the differentiation of immediate issues from long-term consequences. For instance, while a low productivity workday might seem like a lot of stress right now, we have to keep in mind that it is only one day in a career that spans decades. This viewpoint not only helps us see the bigger picture significance of our job path, but it also increases our ability to be patient when things don't go as planned. The quotation reminds us that we don't have to get bogged down in temporary issues. Instead, we can lose ourselves in the stresses and troubles of the here and now. Keeping composed and keeping an eye on the wider picture, we should plan, adjust, and advance gradually. We must keep in mind that time frequently provides answers and clarity for the issues we confront. It can help people solve difficulties more effectively and reduce anxiety. Not only is this an attempt to minimize our worries, but this inquiry also forces us to consider what truly matters. It is crucial to make investments in enduring experiences, personal development, and relationships. In order for the choices and deeds we commit to have lasting significance, we must overcome the tendency to live in the moment. What makes this question crucial? The next 5 years will demonstrate how to gracefully handle life's ups and downs if we wish to discover purpose and serenity in it. Ask yourself this question frequently to help concentrate our thoughts and efforts on the things that really matter. Third lesson, recognize the things you have control over. Ever found yourself in a storm? Not the rain and thunderstorms, but the storms of life, the ones that surprise you, let you down, or bring about abrupt changes. The paradox of control is a lesson from the Stoics of ancient Greece and Rome that seems like a lifesaver in these trying times. Consider this. Even if you've made every effort to be ready for an outdoor function, the weather is getting in the way. The weather is something you cannot control, no matter how hard you try. It is totally up to you, though, how you feel about the rain. You may choose to be depressed and furious, or you could find a solution. You may, for instance, decide to move the event inside or take advantage of the rain. Despite being born into slavery in Rome, the Stoic philosopher Epictetus went on to become one of the greatest intellectuals of his day. Put simply, there are things we can alter and things we cannot. It seems simple, doesn't it? But great wisdom that has the power to transform our lives is hidden in this simplicity. Every day, we deal with a broad range of circumstances. Just as we choose the books we read and the people we spend time with, we can alter some of these. However, a lot of them are beyond our control, including the weather, other people's actions, and global events. Things start to become intriguing at this point. The Stoics believe that our level of happiness is determined by how we interpret and react to the outer world, not by what occurs in it. The way we think about an event affects our sentiments, not the event itself. Consider a period in your life when things went wrong. Perhaps you were passed over for a desired job. Although everything seemed wrong at the time, you may have later come to see that it was actually a blessing, because it gave you more chances to grow as a person. How are we going to do that? Can I do something about this? Is a question you should ask yourself when you stop. Take action if the response is affirmative. If the response is negative, this presents an opportunity to practice accepting and making changes in life. We are able to rid ourselves of needless suffering. We can handle life with ease if we genuinely comprehend and assimilate this idea, because we realize that although we can't control the wind, we can change ourselves. Control's dichotomy shines brightly in a world that frequently appears to be out of order. It serves as a gentle reminder to focus our efforts where it matters most and to find comfort in the realization that there are things outside of our control. Fourth lesson, contemplate before acting. Consider your actions before taking them. Taking the time to ponder and think can be our saving grace in a world where we have to respond quickly, even though it may seem archaic in this digital age, where instant gratification is treasured. Consider how frequently we must make decisions, both significant and minor. There are numerous choices, ranging from selecting a meal at a restaurant to deciding on a professional route. However, how we approach these decisions is just as important as how significant they are. Let's examine a typical scenario in which an individual receives a message that enrages them. It may be a coworker who is doubting your job or a simple remark from a friend. Your initial reaction could be to defend oneself or become enraged. But what if you took a step back and briefly allowed yourself to feel separated from that emotional maelstrom rather than immediately into it? By allowing them to breathe, you demonstrate that you understand them. You're not attempting to disguise how you feel. Reflecting about it, it's not about avoiding or accepting things passively. Rather, it's about engaging with our thoughts and feelings. Asking probing inquiries is key. For example, why did this comment hurt me so much? Which prior ideas or experiences are influencing my current feelings? Does my initial response stem from the present situation or from prior events? Enhancing empathy also involves delaying gratification and allowing oneself to reflect before behaving. We also give ourselves permission to observe things from the perspectives of other individuals. It's possible that your buddy or coworker wasn't feeling well and didn't know how valuable their words were. We were able to comprehend not only ourselves, but also the individuals we were connected to through introspection. This behavior may be quite significant. Were we to pause before speaking and consider the number of misunderstandings we could prevent, how many bridges could be constructed as opposed to being demolished? In professional contexts, the ability to pause and reflect is highly beneficial. Leaders who consider their decisions before making them are generally respected and followed more. People perceive them as intelligent, collected, and considerate. Their decisions are typically the result of careful consideration. Finally, remembering that we won't let the currents of the moment take us away is a quiet but powerful message to oneself when it feels like everything is going too quickly. By signing this pledge, we commit to taking care of ourselves, finding happiness, and treating people with respect. Thinking things through before acting on them is not just a technique. It is a way of life that prioritizes lasting, depth over width, and understanding over impulsive. Relationships are more than just a quick encounter. They are the result of an internal journey that profoundly alters our external environment, influencing not just our responses, but also the structure of our life. Fifth lesson: keep a Stoic journal. Keep a somber journal. Writing in a journal has been valued in many societies and eras. It serves as more than just a chronicle of events. It is a tool for self-reflection, personal development, and self-clarification, with an emphasis on self-awareness and advancement. The Stoic philosophers were familiar with this concept. A Stoic diary is a space for introspection, self-talk, and observation of your emotions, choices, and responses. It's not just a plain log of your daily activities. This is the point of intersection between the internal and external worlds. When our perspectives on events are shaped by our personal values and beliefs, consider putting down your thoughts and feelings at the end of each day, along with the things that brought you joy or sorrow. Why did something tiny make someone happy? Or why did a certain comment someone made anger you? When you look back on that day, you can recall a wide range of events, from minor ones like running into an old buddy for the first time to major life turning points like reaching a major goal or getting through a trying circumstance. You experienced various emotions and varied feelings at different times of the day as a result of each of these experiences. Perhaps all seems fine in your life, and you take pleasure in the small things you accomplish each day. It could be finishing a project that has been on your to-do list for a while or hearing compliments about your abilities. People are typically pleased and proud of such occasions. However, there are moments during the day when things don't go according to plan or go wrong, which might make you feel anxious or bored. A disagreement with someone else, an error made at work, or even a hurtful remark from someone else could be the reason. People may experience negative and uneasy feelings under such circumstances. We can start to see patterns in our thoughts when we examine the small things that occur in our days and how we react to them. This offers us the chance to develop and enhance our daily lives, while also assisting us in identifying our strengths and shortcomings. We become aware of the things that affect our emotions, guide our judgments, and mold our routines. The Stoic philosopher and Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius authored what is now known as Meditations. It was an intimate talk, not meant for publication, a place for him to learn from himself and keep in mind the Stoic ideals that would help him get through the challenges of life. His writings demonstrate how a man battles with his emotions, responses, skills, and identity in the environment. An emperor is not necessary to get insight from a Stoic diary. It is more crucial than ever to take a moment to reflect on oneself in the middle of confusion, especially with all the information and commotion that is constantly bombarding us these days. Clarity can be achieved by regular reflection and a guiding ritual. With time, this technique can lead to deep insights, You might discover that certain things are constant sources of stress for you, forcing you to face them head-on or adopt a new viewpoint. Certain techniques, like mindfulness or thankfulness, can lift your spirits, and the resulting changes in your thinking can help you develop personally. Keeping a Stoic notebook forces you to examine yourself every day, which not only sparks creativity, but also increases responsibility. We are accountable for our actions and behaviors. Ignoring recurring blunders or downplaying judgmental errors is getting harder and harder. We are compelled to develop, adapt, and learn. Stoic journaling is essentially like having a wise buddy who is always willing to listen, consider, and move on without passing judgment. It's an assurance that you will improve yourself, discover more about yourself, and lead a life consistent with your ideals. Lesson 6. Develop a non-attachment mindset. It may not feel appropriate at first to practice detachment in a world that is changing all the time, much like an emotional roller coaster ride. Let's examine what detachment actually entails and how it might transform your life. It's all about keeping a level head and composure throughout a storm, not about covering up our emotions or ceasing to worry about what's going on in the world. Imagine being able to see, feel, and be a part of everything without being overtaken by it all. Put another way, you don't have to allow change to rule your life. Instead, you can navigate it with greater clarity and less stress. How recently have you seen a thrilling movie? There were thrilling moments in this movie where you were excited to see how the plot would develop and others when the anxiety made your heart race. There were also melancholy moments where you could understand the character's emotions due to a difficult circumstance or loss. But you would be able to observe more clearly how each unique feeling impacts your experience if you could just notice these feelings without allowing them to rule you. You can consider what caused you to feel that way at that particular time and how it influenced your decisions and ideas. You may make better decisions in your daily life and better manage your emotions with this talent. You may improve your ability to handle uncomfortable emotions and learn to appreciate thrilling situations without getting too caught up in them. You are aware that the plot is merely a movie, despite your curiosity in it. You take your time tending to the weeping characters or assisting the main character. You feel and are aware, but you remain motionless. This basically entails learning how to be detached. It's crucial to experience every emotion in life and to know when to pay attention without losing yourself in the narrative, while remaining in the driver's seat of your soul. This approach becomes essential in today's world where information and cautions are abundant. Reactions to anything we hear that are too strong might drain us continuously. In addition to adding a physical layer, detachment offers a more sustainable and balanced method of interacting with the outside world. Additionally, crucial to relationships with other people is detachment. All of us have been in situations where discussions got heated and fights started. Develop your distance. It can make all the difference between a heated dispute and a productive dialogue. It improves our ability to listen, respond with understanding and compassion, rather than just reacting to situations, and resolve conflicts amicably. The initial steps in encouraging separation are self-awareness and consistent self-control. Recognize the effect on our feelings and be aware of our tendencies in this area. As a result, there is a pause between stimuli and response, giving us the freedom to choose an intentional course of action as opposed to an automatic one. Though it could seem like a goodbye to life's pleasures, detachment really makes them better since it keeps you from becoming overly attached to the result. We can fully enjoy the voyage and savor every moment since we are no longer concerned about change or loss. Detachment is about finding balance in a world that is changing all the time. It functions similarly to a compass, pointing the way toward inner serenity and gently navigating the varied terrains of life. By doing this, we not only enhance our own lives, but also the serene, clear lives of people around us. Lesson 7. Develop gratitude. Gratitude stands out among all the emotions people experience as the golden thread that connects happy moments, contentment, and a more expansive view of our existence. Despite the fact that thankfulness comes naturally, Stoic thinkers felt that it should be deliberately practiced. They advised developing the daily practice of enjoying life's blessings and living in the present. Gratitude is a profound gratitude for all the things, people, and occasions that brighten our life. It goes beyond simply expressing thank you. It acknowledges the beauty of ordinary life, as well as the lessons, difficulties, and fleeting nature of all experiences, which adds to their significance and value. According to Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, True happiness lies in enjoying the present without worrying about the future. That encapsulates the essence of thankfulness. You are fully present and savoring each and every interaction, event, and moment. Envision enjoying a hot, sunny morning while sitting outdoors. The beams envelop you. The sun's warmth feels like a blessing on this chilly morning. You take a brief break. You place your hand on your chest and express gratitude to him for the warmth of the sun on a chilly day, rather of just sitting there and go on with your day. This increases your awareness of and thankfulness for your place in the world, and demonstrates how you can express gratitude by taking the time to appreciate the small things in life. These experiences heighten the beauty of life and increase your gratitude for its blessings. We amplify its significance and beauty in our daily lives. Gratitude also keeps you from dwelling on things that are absent, like unfulfilled desires or uncertain future possibilities. By concentrating on what we do have rather than what we lack, we can improve people's lives by making them happier, less envious, or less hostile. You might be asking how this can be applied in real life. Writing down 3 things for which you are thankful each morning or evening might be a simple way to start. It can gradually alter your perspective, making you more receptive to life's blessings and resilient in the face of adversity. Gratitude for other people's affection, support, or kindness also improves relationships. In an increasingly materialistic society, we fortify our bonds with one another, foster respect for one another, and establish a positive feedback loop of love and kindness. Experiencing gratitude helps us to keep in mind how fortunate we are. This message asks us to live in the now, embrace life to the fullest, and experience it with an abundantly grateful heart. Today, we depart from the echoes of ancient wisdom every night as the sun sets beyond the eastern horizon. The principles from Stoic philosophy are highly helpful when making plans for the future in a world full of obstacles. They are useful to us